Hey, and welcome to the station. Here's where we talk trains, truth, and life. In this edition, we're at the town of Dresden, Ontario. The impact the railway had on Dresden. Welcome to the station, where history rides the rails and every town has a story to tell. Today, we're pulling into a place where tracks shaped opportunity, detours changed destiny, and freedom once followed the rails. Welcome to Dresden, Ontario. Located along the Sydenham River in southwestern Ontario, Dresden may look like a quiet small town today, but in the 1800s, it sat right in the path of progress. Railways were expanding, towns were rising, and Dresden almost became something very different. In the mid-19th century, railway developers were planning routes through this region. Dresden was considered as a key location, a natural stopping point for commerce, travel, and industry. But here's where the story takes a turn. The railroad didn't come directly through Dresden as originally planned. Why? Geography, economics, and competition between railway companies all played a role. Nearby routes, particularly through Chatham, proved more practical for mainline traffic. And just like that, Dresden went from potential railroad hub to a town just off the main line. And that decision, it shaped Dresden's future for generations. Now, even though the main line bypassed Dresden, the railroad still had a major impact. Branch lines and nearby rail access meant goods could still move, just not as quickly or as centrally as towns directly on the main routes. This affected everything: trade and agriculture, population growth, industrial development. Towns with direct rail lines often exploded in size. Dresden? It grew, but more steadily, more quietly. And sometimes what feels like a missed opportunity becomes part of a town's unique identity. You see, just outside Dresden lies one of Canada's most important historical landmarks, the Josiah Henson Museum of African Canadian History. This was the home of Josiah Henson, a man whose life helped inspire Harriet Beecher Stowe's famous novel, Uncle Tom's Cabin. And here's where the railroad story intersects in a powerful way. While Dresden wasn't a central rail hub, the broader railway network across Ontario helped play a role in the movement of people, especially those seeking freedom. Many who escaped slavery via the Underground Railroad found refuge in this region. The same expanding transportation systems that moved goods and industry also, in some ways, supported the movement of people toward freedom, safety, and a new beginning. Dresden became a place of settlement, hope, and new life. Dresden in the past was shaped by agriculture, river trade, and its proximity to the rail system, even if it wasn't at the center of it. Today, Dresden remains a vibrant small town with a strong sense of history, a beautiful riverfront, local shops and community events, and a deep connection to its heritage. It may not have become the railway hub it once hoped to be, but it became something else, something lasting. So if you're visiting Dresden today, here are a few highlights you do not want to miss. Josiah Henson Museum of African Canadian History, a powerful place of reflection and learning. The Sydenham River, which has its scenic views and peaceful surroundings, local fairs and community events, including the Dresden exhibition, and the charming downtown, small town hospitality at its best. Dresden is a town that invites you to slow down and take it all in. You know, sometimes life doesn't go the route that we expect. Dresden was meant to be on the main line, but it wasn't. And yet, it still became a place of impact, history, and purpose. It's a reminder that even when plans change, the story isn't over. Hey, thanks for joining me on Welcome to the Station. If you've enjoyed this journey through Dresden, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves trains, history, and small town stories. And until next time, all aboard!